Going way back to the beginning of the class, if you remember, as the French Revolution picked up steam, one of the phrases that got thrown around was that the revolution is eating its children. In other words, it turns on itself. And as people like Robespierre and the Committee of Public Safety gain power, anyone who's an opponent to them gets discredited and meets normally a pretty bad end. Well, both in China and in the Soviet Union, revolutionaries attacked holdouts from the pre-revolutionary order, but they also turned on revolutionaries themselves, arguing that individuals were either betraying the revolution or were being corrupted by the power they had. And under both Stalin and Mao, seemingly impossible conspiracy theories, left and right, grow. And there's an argument that Stalin and Mao both put forward that old revolutionaries are trying to wreck the revolution and are often in league with countries that are hostile to communism. Those conspiracies, more often than not, involve some of the highest-ranking members of the parties in both the Soviet Union and in China. So in the late 1930s, Stalin launches a series of really bloody attacks on perceived enemies within his party, and scores, if not hundreds, of party members are arrested. Sometimes they're put on trial, but more often than not, they're shot in the back of the head, or they are sent to prison camps called gulags in Siberia. He accuses many of the longest-serving members of the Bolshevik Party of treason as a pretty convenient way to eliminate rivals. In the 1960s, in China, Mao launches an attack on his own party by mobilizing youth groups known as Red Guards. And his assault on the Communist Party combines an element of power struggle, but also ideological conflict. Remember from the last slide, my take on Mao's ideas about morality and modernization. But he also exploits generational conflict between kind of old and new. Both of these actions, those of Stalin and of Mao, really in the long run serve to discredit socialism in the eyes of many other people around the world, because just like the French Revolution, it doesn't turn out nice and neat, but instead turns on itself.